I'm now walking towards my muse, the house of my muse. This is Amsterdam, and this is the street where I used to live and where I met André. Hoi. Ik ben al aan het filmen, André.
Dat heb ik al gezien, ja.
En toen werd ik gebeld. Hallo. This is André, my muse, who doesn't think he's my muse, but he is.
I'm amused.
He's a muse.
Ik heb er eentje liggen daar, die mag hebben wat mij betreft.
Oh, oké.
Want die past niet op mijn toestel.
Oké.
Ik heb een te oud toestel.
Could be handy. Maybe from now on I'll be a big fan of filming myself. Never done it before. Look, I'm getting presents. A selfie stick. I asked everybody in my street, all the neighbors. Nobody had one. So then, yeah, I had to fix one myself. But this might be better. So I met André because I was living upstairs, and one day he came up to my floor because I was playing music really loud. I mean, we had coffee before, so we had a few cups of coffee. We knew each other, and it was all fine. But one day he came up because I was really playing my music very loud, and he asked me with a very straight face, "Can you please? Do you remember?"
I remember what's really happened.
Oh.
It was your birthday party.
Yeah.
That played the whole night until the early morning.
Yes.
And I complained the day after when I came back from my work.
Oh, okay.
At 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Even a lot of girls laughing all the time.
Yeah, could be, yeah. Yeah, that's very annoying, of course. So, but he actually looked still the same, like now as well. So he looked. It's always a very quiet face, and then suddenly I thought, wow, what an interesting face he has, and then I started thinking in my room, like maybe I should do something with him, and I thought of a story where he would be dressed in expensive designer clothing, but in a sober way of his own style. This story I also wanted to show his life, so his hobbies and his home. So he had a story where, I mean, he likes games, like for example, Catan. We play together sometimes, but also chess and also bowling. So here he's playing chess. It's an analog print still. He's much bluer, I can see now. And there you see him with a bowling ball. There's only one thing in the series that is fake. Oh yeah, look, and the trophies, you can see them in the back as well. The bird we took from an animal casting agency. Just, I don't know, just for fun. This is the story in the magazine. And it's called Neighbor, which is really nice. And it's actually also a theme in our life. Because now André is having, his girlfriend lives downstairs from him. Can I say that?
Yes.
Yeah. And she used to live here as well when I lived upstairs. I borrowed her sewing machine, for example. But they had a relationship. I mean, they started the relationship a while after I left. And I also have a relationship with my neighbor. So, neighbor, this story is like the essence of my life, probably. No. I'm joking. You can laugh if you want. Have a smile.
It was published on Saturday. And I went to the fishing shop where you can buy fresh fish, and the lady that served me had to read the story and even know my name then.
Because before she didn't know your name.
No.
And now she said, "Hi, André."
No, he said, meneer Vossen.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So I made a sort of like a local celebrity out of him.
Yeah.
And now, like, on the other side of the world. So
Down under.
down under.
In mateys, huh?
Yeah. So then when I was a photographer for 10 years, I wanted to send out a sort of a gift to clients and I thought of an image. What shall I make? And then I knew I had to do something with André because he was my muse. Then I decided he was my muse. He didn't know it by then yet. Another part that was in my head far away was this embroidery. I bought some of these kits just for also maybe for a picture, and so I brought them together. I embroidered this 10 myself, and André finished it for me on the picture. Almost. And here's the pillow, look. Can you see? Yeah, there it is. Oh, oops, on the couch. Yeah, this is Art Magazine. So it's with the whole, interview we did together about him being my muse and me explaining why. And the reason he's my muse is because after a while, after taking several images, so not after the first series, but after taking several images of him, I really noticed that when I had half of an idea and I included him, often it became clear to me, it became full, like suddenly I knew what to do. And finding out that a muse is someone who inspires you, I thought, well, that's actually what he's doing. So, yeah, and he was a very remarkable, he is a very remarkable person because he's very much himself in the image. He always is. He really doesn't care about, what? Yeah, what do you not care about? Tell me. You don't care about what people think of you.
No.
For the Playboy, they asked me to make a picture for the Kant issue, and the only thing that had to be in it was a Kant. They wanted to show a portfolio of different photographers who could do whatever they wanted for the story. And in the beginning, I had all these standard images in my head of women, sweat, and I couldn't get this Playboy image out of my head. At a certain moment, I talked to a lady, and she told me that in Japan there's this tradition. I think it happens on parties where men in groups study the vagina, which was very interesting. And when thinking of André, I knew, okay, this is what I have to do. But of course, I also had to check with him if he wanted to do this. So I was a bit embarrassed to ask him. But so on the phone, I told him, I want to do this and that. It's for the Playboy. This is the idea. Would you like to do it? Would you like to go on your knees under the table? And you will be shown in the Playboy also. And he said, and I told him, please think about it and let me call you tomorrow or next week, whatever you want. But he said, no, it's fine, I'm fine. So we did it. Yeah, so here it is. Where's your face there? The image for the Playboy. And what I also really like about it is that the hair of the lady is just like a copy of the hair of her vagina, and it's all in front of her head, which also makes it more about the vagina and not about the person. And what I like about it very much myself is the parents watching over André. They are on the table. They were here, like, there they are, and I put them there. Just, like parents do worry or check their kids on everything. I remember one joke you made when I walked out. Oh, yeah. Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to repeat it?
Well...
or better not?
I was 60 years old and was in the Playboy. Huh?
Yeah.
Not very much people can tell that.
But that's true. But you also said, now I can tell my friends, if they ask me, what did you do today? What was it for this shoot that you did today? Now I can tell them, for some kind of Kant number. Some kind of Kant issue. Do you not remember?
No,
Je zet
no.
een of ander kutblaadje. So André just told me that he was...
For a job I had to do some psychological tests. And I had a talk with that person, and he said I should never commit a crime because my head was so remarkable.
Also, you would be recognized immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so maybe, okay. That's interesting.
Mm.
So, in 2016 I made the idea to dress him in women's clothing, but I really wanted to keep it very simple, not too much, not overdressed. It had to be really
Natural.
sober, natural, in his own colors, in his own relating to his skin tone, and to the colors of his home. So my favorite image is this one, where André is lying in the bed. I have another shot here, where he's sitting on the couch, and this plant actually was alive at that time still, I remember, and I took it out because I didn't want there to be too much life in the image. I just wanted it to be really like porcelain. The plant, I think, knew by then he had to die, so but he's still there, so that's nice. Maybe one day it will grow again. I asked you again if I could take another picture of you where you would be wearing a veil. And again, André said yes. So the reason that I wanted to see him dressed in a veil was also because it's the subject, but also because I just wanted to see this image you see a lot in the streets on him, which is a completely different image that I know. So in his home, it's all. How long do you have this interior, André?
Since 1990, I believe.
You see the traces of his life in the house, and that's what I love. It gives you more story. It gives more story to an image. These are images that André made and that you printed in your darkroom?
I developed them in myself.
And this is these are your parents?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dit is de neighbor. Mevrouw van den Broek.
That's your mother and the son.
My father is repairing the centrifuge.
Yeah. Who's that?
He's a friend of mine. Dat ben ik.
Okay. This is André when he was young.
No one is posing here. It's all.
Yeah, that's nice. Huh? Yeah. It's complete opposite of what I do. All I do is I answer every detail of the image until André says now I want to do something else.